What's up? Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas, Brett. Merry Christmas to all you out there in Locked Up Sportsland. What is up? Welcome to the show. We are here on Christmas. We're here every year on Christmas, Brett. I think it's usually Christmas Eve, right?
This year we did. Yeah, we tried to squeeze in a Christmas show. Merry Christmas to everybody.
Merry Christmas.
Especially to our Knicks fans out there today. As you know, we squeezed out another clutch victory.
Yeah, this was a good one. You know what? I'm on what they call rec hours because I'm out of work because I have the kidney stones and everything, and I'm hopefully going back next week because I can't deal with this. But I'm on rec hours, so I'm only allowed out of the house between 1 p.m. and 5 p.m. because we get my full salary and whatever it is, the whole thing. Yeah. So I'm on like house arrest. I was gonna go to the Knicks game today because I couldn't go out to see my family because it would have been 2 hours out there, hour and a half back, and I would have to go out there and come back. So I was here by myself because everybody else went out there, and I was gonna go to the Knicks game, and I figured, okay, the tickets will go down. One ticket, you couldn't get in the building for under $600.
I was wondering that.
And they were selling like hotcakes.
Yeah, it was. And you know what it is? I mean, you have every freaking non-New Yorker in the city.
Yeah, but aren't they coming in like to see family and stuff?
They are in for whatever the big event is of the day. And that's not that. It's just, that's the way it is for every game. I was a little surprised. I kind of was like, man, yeah, you know what? What does that ticket go for? Because if you watch all the football games, empty seats. And that doesn't matter the matchup. I know there's some that are sold out. Like,
they were bad matchups. Well, and the home teams are all out of it.
Yeah, but you're talking about like Cowboys at Washington, and then you're like, Cowboys have a big following. Washington, whatever.
Yeah, Washington, it's a divisional game.
But at the same time, I thought to myself, it's Christmas. People are like, I'm only coming out if it's worth it. And I was like, man, what was the Knicks prices? So I'm glad you started with that.
It's, $600.
To
get in the building.
I'm not in for. I'm not.
No, I wasn't in for that. And you know what it was? It was $600. It was like what it was like $550 in the 400s behind in the end zone, right? Or it was $1,200 row 6. At that point, if you're going to spend the $500 or $600 to sit in the upstairs, you might as well spend the $12, right? To go sit behind the bench.
Problem is
I'm not spending that anyway.
The problem is the person who buys the $450, $500 ticket. That was the stretch that they shouldn't have reached for anyway. So it's not like $1,200 is not an option.
You're right.
They stretched, and their wife was pissed because they said $250, and when that credit card bill comes in, it's saying like 9 by the time you walk out of MSG.
And they didn't
like one way or the other.
And they didn't go and spend the Christmas with them or nothing.
That's on the side. She don't even know about that.
You know what? And I didn't. I stopped after the Knicks game because I went like I didn't even realize I went in like this. I went in like $70 on first basket. I was like, oh, first basket up it, and I didn't get it, and I didn't. I was like, I'm done.
You don't even know. The best part is you don't even know if you got it. You just looked after, and there was no bets in your account.
Yeah. No open bets.
No open bets. You didn't even get to enjoy it.
So right off the no, you didn't even. I actually went in because they were still here, getting ready and everything, and I'm like, yo, let me see. I got first basket, and like, and then of course, and it was a free throw too. It was a free throw with like three possessions, no scores. So I stayed off the FanDuel account after that.
Every time I do that, every time I even consider that, it's like Landry Shamet for 3 and I miss it. And like I picked like Josh Hart.
Because a random one could be like it's just
Brunson or Towns, right? Brunson or Towns.
You don't want that. It's like plus 400 for Brunson.
No, it doesn't matter.
Because anybody can make it. You get like OG, it's like plus 600-700.
Bob, you're just coin flipping. You're not even doing anything to do with anything.
No,
it's
just coin
sports gambling. You might as well just spin a roulette wheel.
But a good Knicks game. Listen, this is like our first Knicks. For me, this is where the NBA season starts, and I'm purposely not starting with the NFL because I don't like that the NFL came in and just kind of bullied their way into Christmas Day and serves them right the games they got today because they're crap. There's not a starting quarterback playing in any of them as far as the teams that have the home teams.
And
you got honestly, 2 third-string quarterbacks.
And it's not even about being on Netflix or on Amazon, which all these games are on today. Like, you're not going to go find them on regular TV. Like, there's nothing. None of these football games have anything to do with regular TV. Hey, what's up, RJ? But honestly, I look back and I'm just like, how do they allow this? Like, because nobody cares. Nobody, and the problem isn't that they're on Netflix. It's not that they're on Prime. It's that nobody wants to turn on Netflix and then flip back to whatever that other thing was. You're either on Netflix or you're off Netflix for the day.
No, because I don't have both remotes. I don't have both remotes either. Very rarely do I have both
regular
remotes.
TV, you can flip from what at one point was the Knicks game to the football game to maybe you got to see whatever that Christmas parade is, or maybe It's a Wonderful Life is on and your wife wants to watch. Like you're locked into Netflix, so they think that they're going to get the whole country to just turn Netflix on.
That's the problem. They are. But if it's a good game, they will. If it's a good game, they will. And I guarantee you look tomorrow at the ratings, and the NFL killed it. The NFL will probably beat them all. And the Knicks, can we give the Knicks maybe the 2 o'clock game once? They always get that 12 o'clock slot. It's like the 12 o'clock's okay, but I'm usually traveling. I miss it. I'm heading out to Long Island at 12 o'clock.
That's
I
the
miss
reason
the game.
you think that that's what you're thinking right now? They're like Bob's Christmas schedule doesn't go with the
No,
Knicks?
I think
like
the 12 o'clock is the least appetizing game. They want to put the Knicks in because it's New York and it's the Knicks, but they put them at noon every year, and I'd rather them be at 2 o'clock.
No, but those players love that noon game on Christmas. You get them in and out. They get to go spend the night in New York. They're out.
Nothing's open. Where are they going?
Game. Well,
where are they going? Nothing's open.
Okay.
They're going to the club on Christmas night.
Bob's new schedule. Bob's new schedule's Lakers game starts at 5 a.m. All right, 5 a.m. Lakers game.
But you said like the players like it. They can't.
No. We got the noon Nuggets game, which is really 8. And then the Knicks, East Coast, sleeping in, finally get a 2 o'clock.
Yeah, give me the Knicks at 2:30, 3 o'clock.
And then football. No, I got you. And then football kicks off right after.
You're right.
You don't mix the two. 5 a.m. NBA, 3 p.m. football.
But you're right. I hate the Netflix and the Amazon stuff because you're right. First of all, it's 2 remotes, right? For me, at least. And I'm going to sound like I'm an old man here. But it's 2 remotes. It's one's the cable box. The other one's the TV. You got to switch the input. I'm not doing it. And I can't be bothered with it. And I never have the 2 remotes. I have a 2-year-old running around here.
If you gave us certain games, if you give us your classic, they're both, 12-3, Chiefs, Bills.
Well, that's what they thought they were giving us. No, Lions, Vikings, Redskins, Commanders,
they relied
Dallas.
on all the old favorites. And you can't do that. It's like when you pick your bet, you can't pick the same guy in all the bets. You got to rotate because you're going to slam all your bets. And that's what they did. They tried to pick all favorites that we all know are always in the playoffs, right? Guess what? You rolled the dice wrong this year. Snake eyes, all wrong. Every game is garbage. Doesn't even matter if the game's competitive. At this point of the year, it only even matters, even if it's a good game, it only matters if there's playoff hopes on the line. And it's just they missed it.
And the Lions were terrible. The Lions were terrible. And they got beat by some no-name quarterback. No-name quarterback.
But that's the most exciting thing that happened on all the Christmas Day games, and that is the Lions getting knocked out of the playoffs. And that's like the one thing where honestly you're like, you go look at it and you go, you know what, Dan Campbell, you almost deserve it. You almost deserve it, right? Like after the years of getting lucky, going for it in scenarios he shouldn't have went for it.
Yeah, they had 6 turnovers. Goff was fumbling the snaps all over the place.
Horrific. No, the picks were horrific. The fumbles were bad. The whole game was bad. And you're running away from a guy like Gibbs who's having a career year. Amon-Ra who's just incredible no matter what, and the window's closed, man. There's your window.
Yeah, but it was 1 year. I almost feel bad. I would know, right? But why are you rooting against the Lions? Like the Lions were the feel-good story just a year ago. Just a year ago, it was like the Lions they finally made it. They were 0-16.
Story. You know what it is though? They got away from what it was, and I don't know. Listen, is Aaron Glenn's defense not being anything to do with it? I don't know. Is him being gone and the changing of they lost Ben Johnson. They lost Ben Johnson and Aaron Glenn last year, and now they're bad.
Yeah, I know.
Ben Johnson's looking out to be a genius over on the offensive side in Chicago, which every NFL coach should probably be an offensive NFL coach, if you ask me.
Well, Chicago's
you look over at the Jets, and you have just Aaron Glenn, whether or not that's going to be good or bad.
Well, the Jets are
he
tanking.
was a good defensive coordinator. For the Lions were known for their defense. Dan Campbell, Aaron Glenn, great defense. And that's gone, man. And now you got to decide where do you go from here.
And he cost them. And he cost them the playoffs last year. He lost that game by being a Cowboy and playing Madden with the NFC Championship game, going for it in his own 35-yard
and maybe 2, if not 3 games this year. Which if 2 of those games flipped in their direction,
one of them,
they're in the hunt. they're
They
still in
didn't
the
need
hunt
too
there.
much. They just need to win 2. I mean, they needed Green Bay to lose 2 because they play Chicago. But forget it. They were
Right.
terrible. They didn't look like a playoff team today. And then the NFL, the big FU to the NFL was they figured, okay, listen, Cowboys are usually like right there. They're either in it. They're not great. The Commanders were in the championship game just, was it last year?
That was there, yeah.
Or 2 years ago. 2 years ago.
Can't rely
Right?
on that.
2 years
Sophomore
ago.
slump.
So they were like, okay.
No,
No, it was
Yeah,
last year. Last year. You're right.
Last year.
So they were like, all right.
Rookie
So
year.
God forbid that doesn't work. And the Vikings, Lions, we got the Chiefs and we got the Broncos. We'll be
Yeah, we're
okay.
good.
The
We
night
know
game
they're
will be
good.
good. And this is
Broncos
the
might not
worst
be
game.
okay. Broncos may not be okay, but we know the Chiefs will be good.
This is
We
going to
know
be
that for
50
sure.
to nothing. This game's going to be 50 nothing.
Worst case scenario, even if the game's not good, we're gonna have Taylor Swift there. It's
Yeah.
gonna be
Mahomes.
gold. And yeah, Mahomes. No, Kelsey could be his last game at home, his last Christmas game. We don't even know. We don't even know. And now nobody cares. You know who we're watching now? A guy who was on the practice squad.
Yo,
number
terrible. It's
19 of
terrible.
it. No clue. The guy. I talk about a journeyman, and he made it. You know how he made it? He went to like 6 different colleges, played 7 years. He ended up at some third-rate college, and now he made the NFL. Look at him. You're the new Patrick Mahomes. You
So
did
Brett,
it.
so Brett,
Christmas night.
we're big in the Carolina, North Carolina. So are we?
Oh,
Are we
that is
Duke?
now.
Are we a UNC? Like
well,
we
that
gotta
whole
know.
it's that whole area. You know, Brian Moore in the Virginia area. That whole
we got the
and
Southeast.
we are just big in the Mid Atlantic.
We
We
got
are
eight-
big in the Mid Atlantic.
We got ACC country covered.
Oh yeah, no, forget it. You know, I mean, we're the rare exception that Tar Heels and
I
you know,
hate
and
North Carolina.
Dukies
I'm not a
like
big
us.
North Carolina
No,
UNC
they both
guy.
like
I'd
us,
rather
though. That's
Duke.
the
I'd
thing.
rather Duke.
They all like us. Yeah, it doesn't matter. They all like us, Bob. That's the best part about it down there.
You know, the very first interview that I tried to get that we couldn't get, that we ended up losing because you couldn't do it with me or something, was Brad Daugherty. I got his number.
that's right.
Mark Roseman gave me his number. I called
Right.
him. I got in touch with his secretary or something, got back to me, and we couldn't line up the times, and we missed it.
Man.
And so
Your
that was the
secretary?
first.
His
No,
secretary?
not his secretary. I think he's sleeping
I was
with her.
gonna say. Yeah, I was gonna say Sarah. I was gonna say so are you. I was gonna say so are you.
Yeah, so you're right. I'm sleeping with my secretary too. So listen, but anyway, good win for the Knicks, right? They're 21-9. They're kicking ass. They're one of the best teams in the league. You got the Spurs over on the other side in Oklahoma City. I didn't watch the end of that game. Spurs beat them. They were killing them at halftime.
Spurs beat them.
We should know.
And
They did beat them.
OKC
Okay.
now, and that, it's amazing. OKC who loses one game the whole season leading up, then loses that game to the Spurs in the Cup Championship to lead into play the Knicks. And since then, I mean, what have they dropped? I think they dropped 4 or 5 or something, 3 or 5. I don't even know what it is, but for a team to be unbeatable, which is how we talked about them leading up to that loss. I'm like, oh, they're not going to lose. We know it's going to be OKC. Nobody thought, not that anybody cares about who wins the cup, but it was just, they're not losing. And now, all of a sudden it feels a little bit more
No, but
open. Right?
they've
I feel
lost
the
like what,
Knicks are
6
gelling.
games? They've lost 6 games,
No,
and like
it's not
3 of
even
them went to
that.
the Spurs.
I think it's a little more the Knicks feel like that they're gelling. They're fun that bench is so deep right now, and those runs that you're getting. I mean, look what we're getting at the end of these games, man. It's amazing.
That was a
to
big
watch
comeback.
The difference a year makes.
17
that
points in
used to
10
be
minutes left.
Last year, that would have been the same 5 guys that started the game still out there. You would have had Mitchell Robinson dying by that point. And you look and you go, wow, is this really what's going to happen, or are we looking at some, something bad's going to happen? Bob, I'm so nervous. I'm going to be honest with you.
With the Knicks?
Basketball is so touchy. The moment a guy rolls an ankle, we've seen this
Well,
every
Brunson.
year. First of all, Bob, fix the Merry Christmas. I don't know what you're doing here,
What do you mean?
but can we get 2
Oh.
hours in the Merry for the Christmas? What do we, Bob?
Yes. Wait, what do I got?
Merry, MERRY.
Oh,
Merry.
okay. Hold on.
Help me out here. We're
Brett,
getting close.
I was,
It's all
you
right.
know, I
I know you can fix it on the fly. I wouldn't
No,
bring
but
it up,
I was
know
doing
you
this
fix it on
like
the
2
fly.
minutes. 2 minutes before. Look,
I
it's
get
Christmas.
it.
It's
Yeah,
Christmas,
no,
all right?
I know, but we're
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
get,
you're right. You're right.
People,
No,
we want people to focus on the important details of us.
you
talking
couldn't
today,
just shoot
Bob.
me a text with that?
No. There was no. I couldn't do it. It just jumped out in my head. I was like,
Hold on.
maybe
I see it.
Maybe
I see
I'm
it.
missing.
I see
Maybe
it.
I'm missing what we're doing here. But
That's funny.
But in all seriousness, you're right. This is when it really starts, right? This is when, we realize the Jets and Giants have no chance of coming back. The Yankees and Mets aren't going to do anything for us this winter. And you go, you know what we got? At least we got the Knicks.
Yeah, that's all we
Yeah,
got. Knicks. Knicks. And we got the Mets.
Yeah,
The Mets. The Stearns is taking care of everything, bro. He's gonna take care of it.
Oh, I
got
you
the whole
know
Mets.
we believe in that.
Yo, Mets
you
world.
know I believe in that.
Mets world
fully.
hates
I
me.
let me tell you, I am in a full tear down. I like it. Like I
Yeah,
like the
like,
whole thing.
forget this team.
I am. Oh, they were. Yeah, all of them.
I had
All
a
of them.
guy. I had a guy yesterday arguing with me. And he goes, well, what makes you think Pete Alonso's going to decline? I go, because everybody declines. I go, show me a guy that hasn't declined over between 31 and 36 is on steroids. He goes, Raul Ibanez. I go, Raul Ibanez literally tested positive and got suspended 50 games for steroids. Like, I can't even go online anymore. I can't even do it. I can't even go online. But anyway, but the Knicks are going to listen. The Knicks are a shot. The Knicks have a chance, a legitimate chance to make it to the finals. I don't know if they can beat these teams. You think they can beat these teams in the West?
You know what?
I guess you can. They can.
I do.
7-game series. They
No,
can.
no. Let me tell you, these guys. I think that the one question mark I see. Well, first of all, OG has taken a step forward this year. His game is just it's something special. Their bench is so deep and used deep. They could have been deep last year, the bench, but they weren't. They clearly weren't used right. Mitchell Robinson is a force. Mitchell Robinson can change. Mitchell Robinson can change an entire game, which him being injured in the middle of last year and losing him was a big loss. That offensive rebounds in this game just flips the whole game right there. That guy, he may not, we get it. He's never going to make another free throw in his career. It's disgusting. We know that. He can offensive rebound like nobody else, man. It just changes the whole game.
Yeah, but my favorite player is Tyler Kolek.
Oh, the best.
Best.
That's
Big East guy. Big East guy. Was he
I was waiting to get to it.
He's so good.
I'm sitting here like going at the end of that game. He was ice cold, and forget about the shot. Right? He hits a three at a point. That's great. That's not his best play of the game. His best play of the game is
the block.
The Knicks have no time. No, the Knicks have no timeouts left. He's inbounding the ball. This guy is cool as a cucumber. Just cool as a cucumber.
Like a second left. Like 1.2 seconds left.
Gives Cat the head nod. Puts him in the right spot. And it was just like me and you playing like football. And I look over and I go, that's something that isn't like you need that extra thing that like that guy comes off the bench like that and forget about making the shots, forget about the defense, all the good stuff. That is just smart basketball.
And he hustles and he like that was a play where he ran down the court. And he got
Bob. How many times last year did the Knicks lose a game, especially in the playoffs, based on not inbounding the ball at the end of the game? So many last year.
Listen, and I wasn't calm during that because 5 seconds is longer than you think it is, right? You're sitting there, and he's sitting there, and I'm going, it's 5 seconds. This referee's going to blow the whistle any second.
How many head nods is that?
It's one. 5 seconds longer than you think. Yeah, like it's 5 seconds longer than you think, but at 3 seconds, you start to panic. I was panicking.
No, like in that moment, what if Cat doesn't notice him move that way? Then you're like, you don't even have a plan.
Yeah, but with 2 seconds left, you could just throw it. I think you could kind of just throw it. It's going to still be a half-court shot that's going to have to beat you.
Had it. Yeah, you're right. No,
but 21 and 9.
But it's a big deal to win these games and to show when there's a lot on the line, even for the cup games, as much as the banner and the cup don't matter. When you guys are really in a fight, you want to learn. That's a learning experience. Like these games are. We folded in the playoffs last year, inbounding the ball late, not making the right decisions, being exhausted because everybody's playing.
Yeah, exhausted. He just ran them into the ground.
No, and you can't do that. And you look at how effective Josh Hart is now after he kind of got a little bit off the bench early. Now when he's back in the starting lineup, all of a sudden things are cooking. And this team, the exact same time last year, caught fire. This is exactly when last year they clicked in January. We were like, wow, this isn't going to sustain. And it did, because we never expected, because it never happens ever as a Knicks fan. It fades one way or the other. Or,
Brunson's obviously headed towards the rafters, right? I think he's heading there. He's got ways to go. He doesn't even need a championship because Ewing didn't get. He's not Ewing, but Ewing didn't get a championship. He's heading towards the rafters. He might win an MVP. He doesn't need a championship.
He is. No, he is very much so. But what is the status going to be of that jersey in the rafters? And that's all comes down to
look at Ewing, right? We love Ewing.
We talk about there's three things.
Because the only Nick we have is Ewing.
No, I know, but there's three things that would make it like the all-time like greatest thing up there. And you look over, and it's MVP season, winning a championship, Finals MVP. You put those three. There is no, and it's going up there no matter what. He could not get.
Yeah,
the MVP
I think
season.
so. I think so.
He could not get the Finals MVP. He could not win the Finals, right? And he'll still be up there just based on he has decided he's going to be a Knick the rest of his life. He's going to take less money. He's convinced his friends to take less money. This is. Bob, this is the stuff that you don't even think exists in sports anymore. They're doing over there. This is real less money. These guys like
no, he works it out where
NBA,
at the end he gets paid the same, right? He didn't take less.
No. It's the other guys. Josh Hart took that guy will get so much more money somewhere else. And Bob, do you know what the money? You know what money they're giving mid-range guys? They knew they don't win a championship if they all take max deals.
Well, you can tell who's not making money. Who was excited about winning the cup because they got a $500,000 check?
There aren't even anybody who exists in the NBA who didn't take a max deal in the last 5 years. You know what I mean? Like there aren't. Even the worst, you can be injured. You could be not even a point planned out, been good yet, and you're still getting. So you know what? Kudos to this team for being one of the last teams to decide we're going to do this for less money to win a championship. I don't think that's even going on anywhere else in the NBA right now.
Now, back to the football game, the Lions Vikings game. The crew, the broadcasting crew, right? Iron Eagles kid is doing play-by-play. He looks like him. He sounds like him a little bit. Do you think does he get that gig if he's not Iron Eagles kid? What about Joe Buck? Joe Buck is Jack Buck's kid. Joe Buck might have got it because Joe Buck's an all-time great.
No. But here's the next question. Do you blame them for taking that route?
No, of course not. And I don't blame Iron Eagle for getting them in. I mean, of course, it's your kid.
Do you think that these baseball players that have parents, and I will give you the perfect example for today, and that's Vlad Guerrero Jr.'s
Yeah, Mets just got him, right? Mets just got him.
Who they just cut. And I gave him a free $1 million or whatever it was last year to come, and they actually had him. You know what's funny is they had him like sign the cards, like the important ones. They were like, "Here's the Guerrero signed Mets." Yeah, they're like it's one of one. They're like the 1-of-1 Guerrero. Yeah, but people were paying money. No, they were paying more for that than they were for a Nolan McLean last year.
Yeah, but but for him, I think if he kind of knew that he was only getting this because of his dad. Yeah, I don't think I'd want to do that, right? Because what am I going to go in the minors for a year and then get cut? I got my brother who's killing it, one of the best hitters in the game. I got my father who's a Hall of Famer.
You know what it is? You want opportunity to see maybe I blossom. Maybe that's the year, and that's whatever. And you're not good enough. You leave that in your head, like I'm just going to be good this year. I'm not putting in the effort. Because
you know where he ends. You know where they end up. I guess he's not going to need the money, right? His father has plenty of money, but. I'm in one of these, and I don't even know why I'm in it or how I'm in the group. It's a Long Island travel baseball group, and it's out of control, Brett. These guys, these fathers and stuff. Oh, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
These fathers and stuff, and they're getting scammed left and right. These former players that are D1 player, right? I was a D1 player. Personal clinics with the 8 and under kids teaching. And I'm like, they're charging $1,000, and these guys are traveling all over. This travel baseball stuff is ridiculous. Listen, if your kid's good enough, which he's not, all right, he's not, to make it, they'll find him. They will find him. He could be playing in some little league, nothing's. You're wasting your vacation. You're putting They go. The kid does, and sometimes I get involved in it because like you said, I never neutral. So I always jump into these things, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, what are you doing? Going on your vacations, and spending $1,000 to have this guy who played at Miami 15 years ago coach your kid. And he's like, no. He goes to teach him how to deal in pressure situations. I go, he's 9 years old. There should be no pressure situations. I go, and look, your kid is going to have pressure situations anyway if he loves the game. We had pressure situations in the schoolyard. Those were some big time, to us, to kids, those are big at bats, right? It doesn't matter if it's at Cooperstown Field and you're spending your summer vacation.
No, would you know what's funny?
I got to get out of these groups. Kids? I got to get out of these groups.
What's funny is they put themselves and they put the kids into the spots of that. They aren't even as good as those kids, or they're trying to force themselves into whatever. Then they don't even get the at-bats. It's like trying to put up like the Mets last year. Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, they sit the bench.
Let's bring Acuna up. And they go, no, the last thing you need in this world is Acuna to sit there and not play when he's, whatever age. Just, you need him to go down to a lower level and learn how to play the game, and And once you excel at that, they're all just, it's all politics. It's all I honestly can't even.
It's so, and like literally, and they're like, I'm like, put him in Little League. Let him go dominate Little League if he's that good, right? Who cares? It's not like you got, and these kids at like 8, 9 years, like to me, it's just, I'm like, you got to be kidding me. They're all living vicariously through their kids. They're wasting their vacations, thousands of dollars. They're putting pressure. The kids end up hating baseball because you don't want to be 10 years old going to clinics and batting cages every day. Yeah, you could play baseball. You could like it. And you could do some extra stuff with baseball, but they all play 4 sports, like, right? Like anybody that was good enough in sports played football and baseball. And
Bob, imagine this concept. And there's a reason why we didn't like go pursue and play on all these teams that we could have just been on and whatever.
We created our own travel team.
You could have been but you could have been on all of it. No, you're right. There's a reason why. And when I look back, and if you told me that every day during the summer we would have to go do 2-a-days, or if you're telling me that every day after school we'd have to be there till 7 o'clock at night and then coming home and doing homework and then showing up early to go do it, let me tell you, we would have missed out on all the stuff that we honestly look back and think is the greatest things that we did with all that stuff.
And we'd still be in the same
spot. Those kids have no rounded, and those kids all regret it. When you look back and all the kids who just did one sport, we watched it, Bob. We watched the kids, and you could say it's the Jay Landrios or the Craig. They woke up every day at 4 a.m. and swam 100,000 laps in the pool every morning before. If you don't think every one of them hated it,
I had to hate it.
You're wrong.
They love the competition, winning and stuff.
It's like tomorrow morning, Bob. Tomorrow morning, going out there 4:30 in the
pool, to the pool,
and you show up, and then you got to go to the gym after.
Yeah. And like, well, what did we do? When we hit like 15, right, or 16, we created our own team, and we went and we went 3 and like 56. Yep. We won 3 games over like 3 years. We were bad.
Nobody.
We had so much fun. We had so much fun.
Nobody.
We went to a league that was way above our skill level. Yeah. I remember it was, who was the coach, the manager of one of the teams that came in. It was like he was an ex. We all knew he was.
Jeremy. For the other team.
The other team was the major league, and we all knew who he was. And he was the manager. I'm like, oh my God, we're gonna get slaughtered.
They were running like real leagues. These guys were all back from college,
and we were like in there. We just put the team together, and we had one of our dad's
player was the backup catcher for Sable High School.
Yeah, that was funny. The Mariners and the Orioles.
The best thing though, the first game we ever played, we were winning. Now we were winning like 6-5 last inning, right? And we're 0-0. We got no chance. And we don't know we're bad yet. Do you know what I mean? This is funny because we don't know we're bad yet. And so we compete, we're winning 6-5. It's 2 outs, bases loaded. We're in the field. And we're like, God, we don't realize how important it is to win this game because we're not really getting another
win. No,
we don't know it. And hard chop up the middle, and I glove it and throw him out to Felice.
And we won, right?
And we win the game.
Yeah, then we went on like a 30-game losing streak.
A 30-game. We had no clue. We thought it was about to be the beginning of something special, Bob. Like that was the beginning. We thought we were like, wow, maybe we're good at baseball.
Yeah. No. It's like if the Jets won the first game of the year. Now, what about the Jets? The Jets are tanking, right?
No, it is. They're not. What do you mean attempting to tank? No.
No. If they're being accused now of like losing these, not losing on purpose, but obviously throwing out guys that can't win. Right? They put this Cook kid. He can't play quarterback. He's not quarterback.
We call that evaluating.
I know what they're doing, but the Colts losing these games too.
I think it's the dead opposite. There's games earlier in the year that the Jets went out to win and won. And I am so mad at Nick Folk for making one of those kicks.
Yeah, but I hate that. I hate that you do that because you're rooting for your team. How long are you going to root for the Jets to lose?
I know
draft picks. We got draft picks. We got draft picks.
Bob, there's nobody who roots for the Jets until the moment they're out of the playoffs more than me. But it just happens very early this year. Very early. And then finally I realized that we have a whole new, all these new people running the joint, and we're about to get a new quarterback. And if you tell me I'm going to get either, Fernando Mendoza or I'm going to end up with Timo version of Fernando Mendoza, I realize that that's the difference of Nick Folk, a guy who's never even going to play again in the NFL, making a kick or not making a kick. You think winning this game matters? You think anybody's going to ever remember the Jets winning one of these games?
They're not winning these two. They'll be beating New England or Buffalo in the next 2 weeks, no matter who they throw out there.
No, Bob, you can say whatever you want about the Jets always picking wrong or doing wrong or getting the right guy and not doing right by it. one of these guys is a franchise-changing quarterback. It may be a guy who goes and isn't because the franchise stinks. And, but we need to at least get that opportunity. And it may be a trade with the Giants. The difference of being the second pick and being the 8th pick is so close right now. And
well, they also get the Colts, right?
But they could be wrong either way, or they could be right even at the 10th pick. You know what I mean? So I'm not even worried about it. Yeah, no, you're right. Listen, there was a lot of games that went well for them last week, and a couple that almost went real well for them, including the Giants, who you want to talk about tanking. There's your tank team of the year.
Yeah, well, no, the Giants always keep it close, right? They lost 16-13. It was Minnesota who just beat Detroit. They kept it close. But
I know they're.
I mean, the Jets went to the Saints and got blown out by the Saints 31-9 or 31-6. They've had 6 games, no touchdowns. They've had 6 games, no touchdowns. Like, no touchdowns. They don't score touchdowns. The Giants didn't score touchdowns for a couple years.
It's the year of the kicker, Bob.
It's terrible.
It's the year of the kicker.
Oh, no, it's not fair because the Giants don't have kick. The Giants, these teams, right? These teams are kicking 60-yarders regularly. A 50-yarder now is like 8 out of 10.
Graham Gano is the Ben Simmons of the Giants.
Giants lose games because of extra points. They get the kickers hurt. They have no kicker. The 40-yarders are like 5 out of 10.
The Giants have lost 3 games in the last year from a late inactive kicker.
Yeah, I was at one earlier this year against the Kansas City, which now looks like a terrible loss. I saw them play Kansas City on Monday night or something. They lost like 28-6.
I was rooting so hard for the Giants to win that game last week. Like so many, and then you have there was a lot that went right for the. You know what, Bob? Come on, what do we look? You want the Jets to win? You think I'm looking for the Jets to win a game? Give me. Well,
you got to go after Phil. Would you take Phillip Rivers as your quarterback next year? He's better than any quarterback that any game that any New York quarterback played this year.
Listen, I like Phillip Rivers.
He's good, bro. He's 40-something years old and he threw for 273. They couldn't stop San Francisco. San Francisco scored an 8 of 9 drives. About this.
If you give Phillip Rivers a whole offseason, just enough Ozempic, right? Just enough. Just to get him into that.
He's a little chubby.
Just to get him like trimmed up. A little testosterone. We'll get him some HGH, a little testosterone. He's got the pension back. He's got, the extra health care. And we'll get his kids and his grandkids involved. Listen, I will bring Phillip Rivers in.
Yeah. Phillip Rivers is good. Yeah, why? Because he knows how to play. He outsmarts them. He outsmarts them.
And who can relate more than a coach who's your exact same age, who you used to play with 20 years ago? Aaron Glenn.
He did play. Yeah. Aaron Glenn's Aaron Glenn. He better get it together next year because he'll get fired, right?
Get one more year. Give him his one more year. We're all set up, and then Tomlin's going to take his gap year like he's a freshman in college and with the CBS, I imagine.
Tommy Lugauer, WFAN was saying. I completely disagree. And I think he's all over the map with his stuff. He's saying Andy Reid to the Giants, which no way, not a chance. Andy Reid's not going.
How old do you know how old Andy Reid is, right?
Yeah,
how old do you think Andy Reid is? How old do you think Andy Reid is?
68.
Yeah, he's up there. He's like 70. I think he's crazy. He's up there. That's not. Let me tell you.
Andy Reid's not coming to the Giants. That's not a good team to come to.
No, but you see how quickly the decline is with those guys. You know what I mean? You think you're good, and then all of a sudden it's like you don't want that.
All of a sudden you're Jesse Orosco.
You think you do. That's why people think like Belichick's coming. The last thing you want is a guy who's like on his way down.
Yeah, Belichick doesn't care anymore. Belichick
they're on their way down. No, he's lost all hope.
Belichick doesn't care. Yeah, he's got his 20-something-year-old girlfriend who's running the show. She's clearly like he doesn't even care that she's after his money. She's like he doesn't even care. He's like he's smart enough to know that she's after his money, right? Like that she doesn't just like having sex with him and think he's attractive.
No, see, it's different. Girls aren't even using you for your money now. They're using you for your status, and they're using you to elevate their own
she's
social
Instagram,
media status.
Yeah,
so you can call it money. It is future money. But they are taking all the gifts that come along with it in the ride. But the ride is the exposure, and that is what this Jordan is that one right there. She is very much here to advance her career and to become a publicist for other athletes. That's her goal. And so it's all garbage. And Belichick's hopping on too to keep relevant. So they're just using each other. And he gets to wake up every morning.
He gets to have sex with her.
And he gets
nice.
And he gets the other end of the deal too. So you know what? I mean, we can all blame him and do whatever, but
So now with just another quick thing, with all the firings at WFAN, we have a lot of new competition out there, Brett, and people coming in with like serious like followings and stuff. So we need everybody to support us. Brandon Tierney is now with a show. He got 10,000 views right off the bat. He's got Stephen A. Smith coming in. He actually he liked it. He's following us on TikTok. And he liked a couple of our stuff, but I mean, come on, like he didn't answer me when I met him. I spoke to him. We set it up that we could come on the show, and then he never came back to me. Like
kind of busy.
Like yeah, listen, I get it. I don't blame him. I like Brandon Tierney, and I like your show.
You know, and don't forget, like they're just regular people, and they got the holidays, Bob. You got the holidays that come up. You got your family.
Yeah, this was like the opening day, St. John's.
Oh, yeah, no, I know. When you saw them, yeah, but Bob, since then it was then.
Yeah, then they got fired. They got let go.
Yeah, the same thing. Even the people we saw at the QBC, and all of a sudden you want to line things up, and you're like, people are like, I got no time for nothing this week. I got no time for nothing.
No, right.
Like, I'm sorry,
I don't either. Well, I got time for everything.
I know you do.
I'm doing 3 shows. I'm doing 3 shows a day because
I was working overtime at work every day. Home. And then my mom came in from Florida, so I got mom at the house. Now all of a sudden I'm working, and then I got that, and then it's it's busy. It's the holidays, man. Everybody's busy.
So we'll go this week. We'll do like a countdown. What kind of countdown do you want to do? Want to do like New York sports 10 moments, games, New York games? You want to do locked up sports moments, top 10? You got to do a top 10 countdown, right? This is the week. Everybody does top 10 countdown. Something.
Well, we have to do 7 ones. So we'll do a Mets one that will be specific for David Stern's most hated moves. Top 10 David Stern's most hated moves for my Mets fans. We like them, but it's
not even that I like him. You just can't judge it yet. It's got half a team.
No. I just hate when people keep doing the same things for the 40 years I've been there as a Mets fan, and it doesn't work. Finally, people beg for change. They get their change, and then they cry about the change. I'm sorry.
They want Alonso until he's 50 years old. Yeah, listen, and I'm gonna look bad. The thing that I hate most about the side that I'm taking in the Alonso argument against all these people out there is that I'm going to look bad because he's going to hit 40 home runs this year. He's going to hit 110 RBIs. And maybe next year he hits 30 home runs and he's good next. He's going to be good for 2 years. I have to wait for 3 years almost to basically say, hey, look, I told you so when he falls off a cliff. Right? Because they're all going to come at me and be like, look at him. He's killing it this year.
This is what may happen. And let me tell you, based on what that team looks like, if Alonso goes up and if Alonso goes off and just has a regular year, I'm talking 40-something home runs,
110
RBIs, and that's his year, and he gets 250, and they go to or possibly win a World Series. And go to is a clear possibility. Like that's like they're that.
Yeah,
good.
No, they're a good team. Yeah, they're good. They're good.
They always are supposed to be, and it never works out.
Yeah, they always fall on their face. They always suck.
Orioles mantra. But I'm just saying, like, if you look on paper right now with what they did, and I feel like adding Alonso, no matter what happens after, if the next 4 years are crap, you're going to still be told that. You know what I mean? Now they're going to say, they're going to say, he brought them to a World Series. Look,
I can live with that. But when he brought us to the World Series.
There are no routes that end in them saying that you were right. Do you know what I mean? There are no routes that say you were right, but you're going to look back and say, all that matters is the Mets go win a World Series. I don't even care if I can name a single player. Would you rather have the A's roster but we win a World Series, or the Mets roster and we don't?
Exactly. And McNeil was, first of all, I'm done with McNeil 2 years ago. I'm sitting there. I got his jersey in my. I was done with McNeil 2 years ago because he pouts around. He goes in the slumps. He's a slap hitter that can't run. He can't field. He's a guy. He'd rather play golf, right? He'd rather play golf than go play baseball. So now he can go out there and he can do that out in where is he? Vegas? Where do they play?
No. So he is in the ideal situation.
Yeah,
so
he's perfect.
Right now they're in Northern California. So he's a California guy. But they sent him to California, but to the opposite of what you like about California. So there's very things that are too different than Northern California to Southern California. Are two very
it's like cold.
Things.
It's like it's cold.
Yeah.
That's where he is. He's a surfer guy. He's a surfer guy.
No, well, he's a big but he's straight up thinks he's like high society golfer, and he will be. He's like and we know this. We talked about this in the past.
He's really a burnout. He's really a burnout like skater dude, right?
Yes, but he is and going to be, and I'm talking on the lowest end of what it is, and it'll be the Korn Ferry Tour. He will be a pro level golfer, and I'm talking on the bottom of the bottom.
Yeah. You think
I'm just talking like he will have and this is the same as we just talked about. Because of he is who he is, he will get that status of getting into a lot of these low-level events as Jeff McNeil that somebody else would
Yeah,
not
he'll
have been
get
afforded
he'll
that
get the exception.
opportunity.
The exemption.
But he is also good enough. But there's a million guys who are that good.
Yeah, yeah. And
Do you know what I
think-
mean? That's
listen,
the difference.
Here's the kind of guy Jeff McNeil was. He definitely had
happy,
fear.
man. I'm
He
telling
definitely
you.
had fear shirts. Remember the fear shirts? The t-shirts?
Yes.
Where it was like blurry.
No fear.
It was like, no fear, no fear, no fear, no
yes.
fear. Where it was like, no fear, you're right.
And you knew the guy who had that shirt on, Bob, had fear.
Yeah.
Only thing you knew in the world.
And he had a
Fear.
he had a Billabong hat that was like kind of torn up. The
Listen,
brim was
the
all
Mets,
torn up.
They, the Mets clubhouse was clearly
I had no fear shirts. I called it fear.
they have. They're
It's
done.
like Mary.
They're
It's
the
like
old
Mary
Mets.
with one R.
I don't know what the Mets were last year. I don't know what they were the last 5 years. That team is gone. Like gone.
Yeah.
Gone,
It's gone. Like there's nobody left. No, he tore it
Yeah.
down. And like he better be right because he's like they go out and win 75 games. He's Cohen because Cohen's taking a ripping too, and then Cohen's lashing back,
But Bob,
and they're
look-
he's
look-
ripping the fans.
But look what they've done. Bob. They've moved the goalposts for us. Like it used to be, we're gonna win the World Series. Now you're talking about if he wins 75 games.
Bro, they got
Bob, the
these people-
disparity of two different things. Like you're right, but like I mean, truthfully, we both know the answer is it's playoffs. You know
He's
what I mean?
got
It's
the
make
fan
playoffs
base.
or not.
He's got the fan base saying, "I'd rather Alonso." Why would they give Soto that money? Like Soto's not going to be one of the walk into the
That's-
Hall of Fame, one of the best hitters of the
Okay.
generation. They want Lindor. Lindor's the problem. I've heard a bunch of times. Lindor, get him out of here. Do you remember 2 years ago how clutch Lindor was? Coming down the stretch in the playoffs, the grand, it's not even the home run, just big
You know what?
hits after big hits.
I think that Stearns realizes more than anybody, and he probably knows about and not even about what's in the Met system, but what that next group of talent is. And I think that there's a generation
Yeah.
about to come up in
Yeah,
baseball
I think there might be.
that is about to surpass what we're looking at now. And there's just going to be, I think, and we know average is a different thing. I don't think it's going to be average. I think we're about to see a lot more guys coming up through that college level that are already ready. You know what I mean? And the pitchers who are already ready. And I just think that he's realizing that this is going to be a young man's game, churn and burn. And when they're good, they're going to throw all the money in the world at them. But you're not going to see them throw money at mid-grade players like that. They're gonna throw mid-grade money for 2 years. And I'm going to be honest with you, I know it's going to work out, but all Mets fan want is a World Series this year or next year.
It's okay if it doesn't happen. Listen, we've been so
that
many years
isn't
without a
happening.
World Series.
No, that will be a luck type of
The Dodgers
situation.
won't be good forever. This won't be the
That's
Dodgers
what I mean.
forever.
No, exactly. But it's like if the Mets can still do it, but it's going to be more of a luck than it is going to be oh my God, we have a much better team than the Dodgers. That we've realized is not possible. Well, it is not possible to have a better team than the Dodgers the next 3 years. I don't care what
but
roster
the
you
best
have
team
in
doesn't
baseball.
always win, right?
There you go.
Dodgers
It
could have
is- that's
lost
not
very
it.
easily this year. They were
You
down
just need
3-2 going to Toronto.
Okay, let me put it this way. If the Mets get into the playoffs every year the next 10 years, Bob, right? How many World Series do they get? Regardless of team. Regardless of every other team.
World Series, do they win?
Do they win? If they get in the
Two
if they get
two max.
No, but they win.
The Dodgers, wait, you're
right?
saying the Dodgers,
No,
the Mets.
no,
The Mets.
the
Yeah.
Mets.
They're
The Mets
probably two.
get
If you
in
make the playoffs 10 straight years, you probably win 2.
10 straight years.
Although the
And so
Braves
you're
didn't.
and the whole I think David Stearns realizes this is all about winning one World Series.
Yeah.
We all want
listened,
5.
yeah.
I think they finally realized this year it is winning
No,
one
I don't think
World
we
Series.
want 5. I think we just want 1. Like I'd be okay with 1.
No, but I think in the past they thought it was going to be like, and not David Stearns. I think Cohen was like, gold. Buy it.
Yeah. Well, because you
good.
can
And
buy
I think-
everybody. Verlander,
No, but I
Scherzer, give
think
me
he
everybody.
realized. No, but I think what he realized after that last year was I can buy myself out of a World Series. I can screw myself where we're done next year by selling the farm system for the wrong guys.
Well, his big thing was I
investing in
want the
guys-
best farm system, right? He wanted sustained,
And-
sustained goodness.
And if you think that they're going to unload all of them, you're out of your mind. They're going to bring them all up and see who's good, and they're going to do it in an average year and hope it sparks something. And
So-
you know
so-
what? It worked.
This morning, getting back now, because you're right. The Mets, listen, I can't even talk about the Mets now anymore. This morning, I came out of the bedroom, right? And I was like, oh my God, Santa didn't come. I'm like, shit, what are we going to do? So then someone told me, they were like, Santa's not real. Like, you have to buy the presents and pretend that's Santa. And I was like, "Oh shit! What do you mean?"
Whoa, whoa,
I got,
whoa. First of all,
I got all
first of
bent
all,
out of
first
shape
of all,
with my
first
mom.
of all,
I was like,
there's
"My
a lot of
mom, you
people-
should have told me about this."
Wait. There's a bunch of kids at home right now.
I said that to my mom. I go, Santa didn't come. What's going on here? We came out and someone's now telling me that Santa's not real and I'm supposed to buy the presents. I was like, this is something you should have told me. She's like, what? What are you talking about? I was like, no, Santa came. I got a Bluey. I'm inundated with Bluey and Peppa Pig.
Oh, I don't doubt it. No, see, that's good. Yeah, that's nice. Yeah,
and I just spent another $300 or $400 on like I'm gonna sit in the best seats I've ever sat at anything in like 3 weeks at Disney on Ice.
Oh,
Like,
nice.
Nice. I saw Disney on Ice 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
I just saw it, and it's okay. It's an okay show, but they bleed you dry of money. It's like, oh, you want the Olaf Cup, $45, and it's a snow cone. They bleed you dry, Brett. And now I got like second row tickets, like in the upper sec, like on the ice.
You know
like
what happened? You know what happened in the last year, Bob? She didn't know last year. Now
All she said, all she has said.
No, I'm talking
is
like
tickets.
You could have,
Tickets.
but you put it this way: last year, you could have pulled out a packet of generic fruit snacks.
Last year she walked out,
Right?
she started
Right?
crying and ran back in the room.
Right.
We had to drag her out of
Right.
the room just to open presents. This
You
year
coulda
was
gave
like
her whatever you want. No, this year she looks over and she goes, "Give me the I need the
Bluey house. The Bluey house,
slushy
$80.
No.
And I don't
No,
even have
you're
room
in
for this
trouble.
Bluey house. I got a Bluey house. I got a doll house.
Pop.
I got all kinds of things in here.
Yeah.
You know what I did get?
Yeah,
You know what I did get? I got an indoor basketball hoop. Because she likes to do, like, we have catches and she can catch, and I told her, like, it's almost like
I thought
my
it was
son.
for you.
Treat her
I
like a
was
son.
just like,
Oh, it
I
is
thought
for me.
that
It
was
is for me.
for you. I
It's
know,
a
but I
Bluey
was like-
basketball hoop. I'm gonna play with her, but it's for me. I'm excited for it. I was like, you want a basketball hoop? And she's like, yes, but she didn't know what she was saying. I was like, she wants a basketball hoop. We'll get her a basketball hoop. So we got a Bluey basketball hoop, which is gonna be setting up, and we're gonna have like NCAA style tournaments with all the kids in the kids in the It's gonna be one kid under 3 and a parent, and it's gonna be tournament two games a week.
Bob, you pretty much just
in my living room.
you just explained how the flu spreads.
Listen, I got stoned. Right? I'm not allowed out of the house. I'm on house arrest. I just spent Christmas here by myself.
Bob.
All right, I gotta go. That's my family that doesn't have their key, so I gotta go.
Oh, there you go. See you
Merry
later.
Christmas,
everybody.
Brett. Merry Christmas,
Good luck.
everybody.
Let your kids in.
I'll talk to you guys later from the Brian Gunzel studio. See ya.